Welcome into J Raider TV. I am J Raider. This is Entrepre.Doer episode 3, brought to you by ProMotion Media Group and Motion Sit Clothing. I'm going to go solo today. I got a couple things on my mind that I've been noticing in my interactions with local business owners, both in my day job and beyond. I got a couple of things I want to remind all you entrepreneurs out there, all you business owners, anybody who's got a solo venture or a side hustle or several different jobs. There's one thing to keep in mind that's very, very, very important, and that is you are an extension of your brand. Back again, Entrepre.Doer episode 3. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. If you're on social media, hit the likes, the shares, the comments, all that jazz. Find us also on all podcast platforms. Subscribe to those channels if you prefer the audio versions. We're providing insight, we're providing encouragement, we're providing motivation, and we're providing knowledge for startup entrepreneurs, people who've been in business for a long time. Usually I'm talking to someone, I've got an interviewee who I'm kind of picking their brain and getting some insight from them, finding out about all the entrepreneurs that I can, all the business owners that I can, all the hustlers that I know, to help all of us kind of ping off of each other, kind of use each other to elevate and evolve our brands into something special. Without further ado, this episode 3, is all about remembering you're an extension of your brand at all times. Okay, what I mean is, it's real easy for us to have personal social media accounts, personal opinions about A through Z, and forget that sometimes our voicing of those public opinions can damage our brands if we're not careful. What I mean is, we're all entrepreneurs. We all have either side hustles or full-time businesses that we run, and we can damage our reputations based off of how we behave, both on social media and in real life in interpersonal contact. We live in a day and age now where everything you do is visible. Everything you do is on the front lines. Everybody's got a camera. Most of the time, we sabotage ourselves by publishing too much of our own personal lives, and we just have to be careful about that. Prime example of that would be, and this is just hypothetical, I'm the owner of ProMotion Media Group, which is a video production service, and Motion Sit Clothing, which is a side hustle, t-shirts, hoodies, clothing business. And I also obviously have personal social media accounts in which I like to share memes and post videos and do funny TikToks with my kids. And also, obviously get on Facebook or Twitter, for example, and post my personal opinions about certain things. I'm in no way saying that freedom of speech is not something you should capitalize on or use to your advantage. Obviously, we all have freedom to say and do as we please within the limits of the law. This is America, right? You're welcome to share your opinions about anything. No one's on here trying to take that away from you. However, one thing you must be cognizant of, and one thing you must be aware of, is if your opinions or your meme shares or your posts or your public arguments with others, both in social media and in real life, if the way you carry yourself as a whole begin to communicate a side of you that your client base doesn't agree with or doesn't approve of, they won't do business with you. It's just important to understand that. If you're doing your job properly in the world of digital marketing and advertising, of social media branding, etc., people automatically associate you as being the owner of said business or general manager of said business or operator of etc. You may not be posting from your business pages or your professional accounts when you share these personal opinions, but that doesn't change the fact that people still connect you together. You must be cognizant of what you're saying and how you're making people feel about you, because if they feel a way about you, they will feel the way about your brand. And if you want to sell your brand, which is what we all do, regardless of if we're directly in sales, We all are salesmen of our product or service. We are salespeople of our brand, of our company, of our business, of ourselves. The number one rule of sales is people buy from people they like. Period. Regardless of how you feel about that principle, it is true. You are an extension of your brand 24 hours a day, because people who deal with you, even in the personal world, always know in the back of their minds that you are owner of ABC Motors or JAE Clothing or XYZ branding company or such and such productions. You have to carry yourself in a way that doesn't jeopardize your brand, even in your personal life. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not asking you to be artificial or to be fake or to be somebody you're not. All I'm challenging you to do is to remain aware that your brand will suffer the consequences of how you carry yourself personally. Which brings me to my pet peeve about this topic, especially in the business world, and that's entitlement. There seems to be an epidemic in society in general now where people want respect that they haven't earned, and they want love that they haven't earned, and they want this network of like-minded individuals, business owners in their local communities to support them, and they haven't done anything to justify that type of support. Business is about earning respect through consistency, through garnering a respectability. You can't be respected if you don't have respectability. And credibility is a huge thing in business. And what a lot of business owners, especially startup entrepreneurs, a lot of where people fail is wanting to catapult immediately with the love and support of everyone surrounding them, and that's just not how it works. I've been doing freelance video production for over 10, almost 15 years now, and I feel like I just now got good enough to deserve the respect and the support that I've always wanted. The only way to get to the point where you have a community support, where you have a general respect, where you have a universal love from your consumers and your peers, is through consistency and discipline. So I'll be honest with you. I haven't always been the greatest, really not good at either naturally. I've had to teach myself to be disciplined and consistent, and I'm still working on those things. It's a marathon. It's a journey for sure. But I never cried about who wasn't supporting me. I knew that my work wasn't up to par. I knew that my consistency wasn't there. I knew I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do Sunday through Sunday, 25/8. Shout to my dog Fresh from Lawton, Jacoby Ryan, 25/8, all the time grinding. That type of discipline and consistency is what earns you the respect that you're looking for. So you can't come in the door and feel like you're entitled to all this love without doing the work. Which segues me back to my first point. You're an extension of your brand. If people don't respect how you carry yourself and how you represent your brand 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, shout to Fresh again, 25/8. If they don't respect how you carry yourself all the time, even in your personal life, as an extension of your brand, you will not be entitled to that respect, to that love, to that support. It's really, really easy for us to, throw animosity back out the window at our own communities for not supporting us. But you have to remember that they don't owe you anything. They don't owe you their support. This is any business owner, any entrepreneur, especially coming in to start. You must understand that nobody owes you a thing. Nobody in the business world. In the personal world too, but this is a business podcast. We're going to talk about business. In the business world, nobody owes you a thing. My blood brother lives 7 blocks down. He don't owe me his business. If he wants to go do business with another video production company, he would never do this, but if he wants to go do business with another video production company, he has every right to do that. Now, granted, as his brother, I feel like I would probably feel a way about that. But the fact of the matter is business. Your own mother, there's a saying in the car business. I was part of the car business for 4 or 5 years. The saying is your own mother will lie to you in a car deal. And obviously, we don't want our mothers or anybody to lie to us about anything. But the point of the saying is nobody owes you their business. Nobody owes you their support. Nobody owes you your respect. You have to earn it through discipline and consistency, especially in your personal life. You can derail your own companies, your own brands, your own businesses' progress by how you behave personally, because everyone is always going to connect the two. So just be mindful, be aware of how you present yourself, be aware of your public personal dealings, understand always that you're an extension of your brand. And if you want your brand to succeed through garnering support, love, and respect through your community and your customer base, you must always be aware of how people can see you through the lens of public information. The last thing I'll leave you with on this episode is social media marketing, social media advertising especially. Nothing comes overnight. Going back to discipline and consistency. Discipline meaning, you have to have a plan of attack. You have to have a plan of action on how you're going to approach your branding message, your retail message, whatever your advertising message is going to be. You have to plan out how you're going to play that through whatever time period that message is relevant for. Remaining consistent with that doesn't just mean do it for 90 days, 4 or 5 times a week and stop. Yeah, that was consistent, but it was consistent for 90 days. The term consistency implies a long-term, lifetime approach to advertising and marketing on digital platforms. So remember to come up with a plan of action, and remember to not have an end in sight. This is, as long as the internet is around, digital advertising spaces are going to be saturated with your competitors, other businesses, and it's the wild, wild west on the internet right now. You have to have a plan, and you have to do it for a long time. And I bring that up because discipline and consistency on these platforms connects us to the first 2 points we made, which are you're always an extension of your brand and entitlement. You're an extension of your brand on all the platforms that you use. Remember that even when dealing with personal accounts, don't sabotage your own progress. Entitlement, consistency and discipline are going to kill that entitlement syndrome, hopefully. The only way to get that respect that you feel you're entitled to is to go out and get it with a plan of action and a consistent approach. So remember, going forward, you're always an extension of your brand, and never feel entitled to love and support and respect that you haven't earned. Go out there every day and get it through discipline and consistency. J Raider TV, Entrepre.Doer, episode 3. Bye.